So Brewery Ommegang was founded 20 years ago in 1997 when our founders, Don and Wendy, were at the time importing the brand Duvel to the United States from Belgium. And in the process realized, and this was during the first sort of craft beer boom in the US, that there really wasn't anything quite like a Belgian farmhouse brewery in the States. They decided to plunk down what is essentially a bespoke Belgian farmhouse brewery in the foothills of Cooperstown, New York. They figured they would have a ready source of foot traffic from the nearby Baseball Hall of Fame. I've started brewing Ommegang Abbey Ale, which we still brew today, and we've basically never looked back. So my story with Brewery Ommegang really starts probably about 10 years ago. I have worked in this business for over a decade, and at the time was the innovation director at a big conglomerate based down in Connecticut. And I decided that if I was going to be a new product developer, I couldn't in right consciousness do that without understanding what I was doing. So I started to homebrew. First beer I ever brewed was Ommegang Abbey Ale. I won't tell you that it was as good as what was actually coming out of the brewery, but Phil Leinert, our master brewer, says I did a passable job at it, and it's still one of my favorite beers. So I fell in love with the brewery back then because Belgian brewing is something I've always really enjoyed. And when sort of the offer came along to join full-time a little over a year ago, I jumped at the chance. It is an incredibly vibrant time in craft brewing in New York State and in North America in general. Small breweries have exploded across this country. I think the business is maturing in ways that it probably hasn't within the last couple of years. But overall, I think the outlook for beer will never be the same. I think craft brewing is here to stay and will continue to expand.